Have you got your breath back yet?
Me? Yeah, I wasn't running, mate. I'm all right. Yeah, no, it was fairly eventful finish again, and obviously pleased to come out on the positive side.
Ange, I mean, I guess you hope that things get better than this because you want substance, but as the start goes and that feeling at the end and the dramatic nature of the game, I can't imagine you could imagine it would have been as good as this or could get much better than this at this stage of your career.
Yeah, look, I think I've been at pains to say that I don't have a schedule I'm marking it against. You know, it is what it is, but fair to say that, you know, we've had some, you know, significant challenges in the first sort of 7 weeks of the season, and the way we've dealt with them, I've been really pleased. Yeah, for sure, 100%, including today. I mean, you obviously you want to put the game to bed a little bit earlier than what we did, but sometimes when you score that late, it just helps, you know, continue to build that belief within the group and the spirit within the group that, you know, we have that in us to go to the last minute. So, yeah, all these things, you know, like I said, they're not by design. It's just the nature of the game, and you know, I'm not sort of sitting here thinking we've, you know, we're ahead of, like I said, some schedule that, you know, I understand why other people probably had that in their mind because, you know, they're kind of making prognostications on the information they have. But for me, it's just not of interest to me because I just don't know how far we can go with the group. We just got to keep pushing on.
And in this country, we are wrestling a bit with VAR and the technology, and there's been a big mistake today for the offside goal. Do you think we are still going in the right direction with all this technology? And clearly, it's going to take the kind of reputation and reliability that's taken a big hit today. And PG Moore will have to deal with that.
Yeah, look, I mean, you might have to dig up some research on me, mate, but I think I'm on record saying that I've never really been a fan of it since it's come in. Not for any other reason that I just think it really, you know, complicates areas of the game that I thought were pretty clear in the past. But I can see at the same time why it was inevitable that the technology would come in. But, you know, I guess we have to deal with it. But the biggest problem I think that we have, or we seem to fail to grasp, is that no form of technology is going to make the game errorless. We used to understand that errors were part of the game, including officiating errors, and you'd have to cop it. Some people copped it better than others, but that was part of the game. You know, the game is littered with historical, you know, refereeing decisions that weren't right, but, you know, we all accepted it. That's part of the game because we're dealing with human beings. But I think people are under the misconception that VAR is going to be errorless. Well, I don't think there's any technology because so much of our game, you know, isn't factual. It's not. It's down to interpretation, and they're still human beings, you know, and they're going to make mistakes the same way managers make mistakes, the same way players make mistakes. So I think when you put such a high bar on something, invariably it's going to fail. So if people are thinking that VAR is going to be something at some point that is perfect, that's never going to happen.
Ange, did you think the 2 sendings off were justified?
You know, hard for me to comment on decisions on opposition teams. I thought the first one, I mean, Biss has got a decent whack on his ankle, so didn't look great. I just thought the second one came from our pressure, to be honest. I thought we were pretty relentless in the second half, and, you know, we didn't allow them to sort of, you know, breathe. We obviously had the man extra, and, you know, there was a fair few fouls, and I just think there was an accumulation of those things. But, you know, again, their decisions against another team, you know, I haven't commented on decisions against our team this year. There were, you know, a couple of times I felt could have gone either way, so I'll leave for others to sort of decide whether they were right or wrong.
How pleased were you still to find the winning goal, even though you took Son, Basuma, Maddison off the pitch?
Yeah, look, I mean, we want to be a team that kind of, you know, has multiple avenues to score goals. We had to create that because obviously with Harry going, there was a fair chunk of goals leaving the team automatically, so we weren't going to replace that with one player. We needed to sort of make sure that the way we set up as a team gave us opportunities to score from different areas. And look, I thought we I thought we started the game really well. So did Liverpool. I thought it was a good game at the start. Then, they went down to 10 men. And I thought until we scored, we were really good, and then we lost our way a little bit. I just thought we kind of rushed things, overdid things a bit too individually in that sort of back end of the first half, and that allowed them to get an equaliser. And the thing about Liverpool is that even with 10 men, they're still the same threat because they prey on mistakes. They've got world-class players in transition. And we were a bit naive, I thought. But second half, I thought we were better. I thought we controlled the game a lot better, played in their half, a bit more calm. Probably didn't vary our attacks as much. But having said that, Allison's just pulled off some unbelievable saves, and we just had to stay calm.
Son, okay, the player took a bit of a whack.
Yeah, look, he wasn't 100%, but I had a chat to him yesterday. He was desperate to play, and he was going to give what he could, and he did. He was never going to play the whole 90. We were always going to give him sort of an hour or so. But he led from the front again. He was the one that sort of was doing the pressing and instigating, the defensive pressure we put on Liverpool, and got his goal as well. So again, great captain's effort.